This show is brought to you by Studio 88 Live.
I feel like it's very important to take breaks from social media just for your mental health. There is a rise in mental health depression, especially in the Gen Z generation, because of how much time they spend online. Deactivate my Instagram, you will not be able to find me anywhere, but that's because I want to preserve my followers. But sometimes I do announce that I'm going offline or I'll just disappear. And it's funny, when I do disappear, some of my followers will message me and ask if I'm okay, which is so sweet. But I do respond to them when I'm back online, just saying I just need to take a break so that I can just put my best foot forward and produce the best content for my followers online. Our parents, they grew up in generations whereby they were only able to compare with those around them. We are now comparing with people from across the world. It's not fair. All you can be is in competition with who you were yesterday, and that's it and nobody else. So it's very important to take breaks from social media and become more grounded with yourself. You can maybe do an Excel spreadsheet and be like, okay, for week 1, I was 21% up on my phone. On week 2, I was 19% down on my phone. And then once you track it, think about your moods as well to see whether it has an impact on your mental health. For me, when I'm offline, I'm much happier. I'm much more content. I'm much more grounded. I see the difference. And then I come online all happy, ready to share. And then, not that social media is bad, but I think I have found a balanced medium in all things now.
When you go like you're taking your breaks, you take it religiously.
Literally.
Whitney joins Fifi on the Lifestyle Tip episode of Lifestyle with Fifi. Whitney, who is a content creator and host, gets most of her gigs from social media, but has been taking periodic social media breaks for the past 5 years. As she has witnessed the importance of social media breaks to her mental well-being, she is on the show to share 10 tips that can help you take social media breaks.
So you had it right. Whitney, who makes money from social media or even takes breaks from social media. So Whitney is a host, a presenter, a content creator. She makes good money from social media. And she told me most of her clients do come from social media.
Yes.
Too. But she always makes time to take time off social media.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Why
because
do you
my
do that?
mental health comes first and all of this. Your health comes first. Health is wealth. And if you do not look after your health, you won't be able to work in the first place.
Yeah.
So that comes first before anything. So I feel like it's very important to take breaks from social media just for your mental health. There is a rise in mental health depression, especially in the Gen Z generation, because of how much time they spend online.
So, Whitney, you are here to share some tips because
Yes.
I know you have followed us religiously.
Yes.
Years I've known you.
Yeah.
You're 9 p.m. You're not going to get this lady.
No, you're not going to get through to me. My phone is off on sleep mode and that's it.
And I mean, I got to know that you also go off the grid.
Yes, deactivate my Instagram. You will not be able to find me anywhere, but that's because I want to preserve my followers. But sometimes I do announce that I'm going offline or I'll just disappear. And it's funny, when I do disappear, some of my followers will message me and ask if I'm okay, which is so sweet. But I do respond to them when I'm back online, just saying I just need to take a break so that I can just put my best foot forward and produce the best content for my followers online.
When you're on social media or when you return back, the fireworks.
Yes, Whitney's back. Whitney's back. It's funny, people will think that I only go away and come back for that celebration, but I generally do go away for my mental health because it's very important.
That's
Yeah.
great. And you do have some tips to share with us.
Yes.
I said, since I've known you, you'll be the best person
To do that.
advise us
Okay.
on it. So guys, are you ready?
Are you ready for the tips?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So Whitney, you are here with our tips.
Yes.
Number 1.
So tip number 1 is to set time limits. So maybe you can limit just 1 hour use of social media every single day. I have an iPhone. I'm not sure how Android users have it in their system, but on an iPhone, you can actually set some time limits. So you can say you want to use Instagram for 1 hour, you want to use TikTok for 1 hour, Facebook, Snapchat
And it
for
will
1 hour.
prompt you.
It will prompt you when you have run out of the 1 hour, and then it will lock the app away. You can bypass the lock, but to pick up the habit of not spending as much time on social media, you should adhere to it. You can have it in a way whereby you're not going to go on social media until the end of the day. Another thing that I did is maybe I am only allowed to go on social media in the evening. So throughout the daytime, I am not on social media. I just concentrate on the things that I need to do
And I
in
know
my
that
day
when
to
it's
day.
9 o'clock, you're sometimes off.
Oh yeah, if you try to call me, you're not going to get through to me. My phone shuts down from 9 o'clock. My phone shuts down and goes into sleep mode. And yeah, you can't get through to me unless even if it's an emergency, you're gonna hear from me 5 o'clock the next day, because that's when I wake up. Tip number 2, following from tip number 1, is to have scheduled free time periods. So in the gym in particular, I won't be on social media. I might be listening to a podcast, I might be listening to some music, but I will not be on social media. So that's my time whereby I am not on social media. You can have it from the hours of the morning to 12 p.m. you will not be on social media. So you're scheduling time that you will not be on social media between these times. So that way you can limit your screen time in terms of excessive scrolling. And also you can maybe put in time for reading an actual book, and not a book on your phone, maybe an actual book that you're physically reading, or maybe you're watching a cooking class, or something that is not you just consuming social media. It is debatable whether YouTube is social media or not, because it can be educational.
It's educational.
It's educational, but it depends. I think it depends on what you're watching on YouTube. So if you're watching a podcast about, I don't know, the stocks market, I don't think maybe some people will see that as social media, but some people might say it is social media. But I think it depends on how you're consuming it. And are you consuming it for educational purposes, or are you consuming it for just entertainment purposes? So I think maybe that's the difference between
So
with
you
YouTube.
use your hobbies to place social
Yeah.
media.
So even when you're going on a walk, you can just listen to music, or listen to a podcast, or listen to an audiobook, instead of actually just sitting down scrolling on social media. So you can set some time that you are not on social media and you're actually doing something that you enjoy.
So what do you have for your tip for us, Winnie?
Okay, so tip number 3, deactivate all notifications. As you know,
You are good with that.
it's off. Notifications are off. And it's funny because when I started my new job, I had a work phone, so I had notifications on for it. And I noticed how many messages one person can get throughout the day, and it's so distracting. So my work phone, because of it's obviously my work phone, if emails pop through, it can pop through. Teams messages can pop through as well, and it's so much, because my personal phone, everything is switched off. I only have maybe my Bible app. I have my bank transactions, because I need to know if something is coming out of my account or something is coming in. So I need to know
the money is on.
the money's out or in.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I have. And an app that reminds me to drink water. An app that reminds me that I need to take 10. Yeah, that is going to help me and remind me of certain things. Maybe my calendar, but text messages off as well, WhatsApp off, emails off. When I see it is when I see it.
I know that you're good with that.
Yeah, but the thing is that as soon as I see your message, I will respond to you. I'm not rude, or I won't ignore you hours at a time. My phone is not on do not disturb unless I am sleeping or I do not want to be disturbed. So yeah. And moving on for that, for the 4th tip, I do understand that we need to use our laptops for studying, we need to use it for maybe for educational purposes, we need to use it to create content, we need to edit. So sometimes it can be very distracting being on a very tool that can bring you some information from whatever platform you should be using. That's why you should deactivate your notifications. But anyway, in case you do not want to deactivate your notifications, you can put your phone on maybe do not disturb, so that no notifications will come through at that certain point of time. If you're using your laptop, you can maybe put some website blockers on there that will stop certain notifications from coming in as well. So it's very, very important that you create an environment whereby you can focus and only do the work that is needed to be done in that moment of time.
So, Winnie, your 5th tip for us.
Well, my 5th tip is to unfollow, unsubscribe. I know we always ask people to follow, subscribe, follow, subscribe. But if their content is not in alignment with you anymore, or is something that you don't want to see, or you find that it triggers you, unfollow, unsubscribe. If it's maybe someone that you know personally and you don't want to unfollow not to offend them in real life, mute them, just put them away. It's fine. Nobody's going to be upset. They won't even know, kind of thing. And when you feel like you're in a mental capacity to maybe view the content, you go online and you view it. So unfollow, unsubscribe, mute. Yeah, do whatever it is that you need to do to basically declutter, because I always talk about physical declutter. You also need to do a digital declutter as well. And also that also includes deleting apps that you may not need anymore, or even looking at your subscription list, because you may be paying for subscriptions for apps that you don't use at all. So just have a deep dive in your phone, have a deep dive in your following, and also unfollow those people that are not following you.
I had to get decluttering of my app, and I found out that I was paying an app £6 per month for a photo
editing.
App
yeah.
that I've stopped using for 3 years.
Can you imagine? Wow, the free trial, it expired, and then yeah, people tend to forget about that. So you definitely do have a deep dive into your phone.
So the sixth tip for us.
The sixth tip for everyone in terms of to get off their phone is to actually go outside, do some activities, find a hobby. I've decided to share that because I love Christmas so much and I am the queen of Christmas. I want to become more confident with ice skating. So I'm going to be taking ice skating lessons, and I can't really be on the ice whilst on my phone. I have to concentrate on what I'm doing. Yeah, so maybe find a hobby that you can do that will actually get you off your phone. And it could be anything. It could be sports, it could be swimming, it could be maybe writing something, it could be maybe making a song, anything at all that will just get you off your phone and have your mind engaged. And maybe try a hobby that you've never ever done before. So you are learning from scratch and basically needing to use all your brain's power and energy onto it, because you're not going to be achieving anything by just sitting there scrolling and consuming what other people are doing, when you could be investing in yourself. Because by the time it's Christmas, I will be on the ice spinning around. Yes, outside. So I mean, I know I talk about maybe creating content that kind of keep you indoors, writing a book, maybe writing a song that can keep you outdoors. But maybe playing football, swimming, hiking. Hiking is a great one where Gym will take you outside as well, but it can become monotone because you're just doing the same things over and over again. But if you're learning a skill from the ground and it's something that you've not done before, you could be doing rollerblading, you could be doing snowboarding, you could be playing hockey, something that you've never done before, but you have maybe a little interest in. The next tip I have, which I believe is tip number 7, is to store your phone away. Put it away. There are these things that you can actually buy online, whereby you put your phone in some sort of glass container and there is a lock key for it. And then you say that this phone needs to be locked for 60 minutes. I think I'm actually going to purchase that myself. Wow. So it's locked away for 60 minutes. You cannot use the phone in any way. It's just gone. And then that way it will force for you to do whatever task that you have to do. Because I feel like on the phone, when you're scrolling, it enables procrastination. And we don't want that. We want to be able to do the things that we need to do. Yeah.
I have to do with I am on my phone and I'm engaged in it.
Yeah.
For almost an hour.
Yes.
From Twitter to.
You jump from here to there. So Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, then back on Twitter, and you're just going round in a vicious circle, and you're not doing anything.
I go like. I spend like 3 hours. Sometimes I just look at the amounts of hours that I spend.
It's crazy.
It was like 6 hours. Like, got to stop this.
Yeah. So yeah, lock it away, put it in another room, switch it off. The world is not going to die if you're not on your phone. It's okay. Like, it will move on.
For you saying that, because I know how you are active on social media.
I'm very active on social media, but I'm away. I'm away from social media at the same time.
When you go like you're taking your breaks, you take it religiously.
Literally, and I actually need to do it. It's coming back. I need to do it. I'm also going to do it, and then whilst I'm offline, I'll be creating content. So when I come back, there is something for me to share. But yeah, it has to be done, you know. So yeah.
What's your next tip?
So the next tip I have is to actually log out of your account and log out and put that little friction so that when you go into the app, it will be sign in. And I know these days it can be so easy to sign in with your Face ID, but maybe deactivate that, whereby you have to actually put in the password and think to yourself, do I really need to log into this app right now? What is it on there that I'm looking for that I can't do it elsewhere? So just physically log out of your account. Another thing that I can add on to that is to actually delete the app. And if you need to go onto the account, is to go to www.instagram.com. Actually go in the World Wide Web to go onto the apps rather than it being so accessible on your phone. So for instance, I'm doing the no spend year, whereby I'm trying to limit the things that I spend money on. And what I've done, I've added friction by deleting all the shopping apps. So Amazon is not on my phone, ASOS is not on my phone. So if I really, really need to buy something, I have to go into my laptop or go into Safari and type in www.amazon.co.uk or ASOS, and that stretch, and then it will get me thinking, like, do I really need this item, or can I just put it in my basket and think about it another day? So log out of the account so that it will give you time and friction, so that it's not so easy for you to access it. Because if there is a biscuit right here, you can grab it and eat it. But if you have to now go to the shop to go get a biscuit, you think twice before getting that biscuit. So just basically create boundaries and a barrier between you and the app.
And now next.
Next tip. I haven't really done this tip, but I've seen people online do so, and that is to make your phone grayscale. So, you know, our phone has got vibrant colors. Okay, so they talk about cocoa melon a lot with kids, that kids are addicted to cocoa melon. Why are they addicted to cocoa melon? Because of the colors grab you. I think this is the same thing that they have done with our phones for adults, and maybe for kids as well, because kids love screen time, that there is colors that we just like to see on our phones. So if we were to make our phones black and white, grayscale, it would make it unattractive and we wouldn't want to spend so much time on there. I haven't done this much. I've done it before and it did put me off, and I remember like, no, I need to color back because I've got things to do. But I think it actually does work. So maybe you can have it in grayscale from maybe 9 to 5 whilst you're at work, and then when you finish work, you can put it back into the color so that this is your time that you can actually be on the screen. But yeah, I remember doing that and I was like, this is not attractive whatsoever. I don't like this. It needs to go back to color. So yeah, definitely recommend doing that. I need to actually maybe implement that. Maybe I'm going to try to start doing it 9 to 5, that whilst I'm at work, my phone goes to grayscale mode, and then it just puts me off being on my phone. The night one, because my sleep is so important. My sleep is important because if I don't get my sleep, I'm not able to perform my best the next day. So it's a ripple effect. It's a domino effect. So I remember last week Sunday, I was with my mom. We went out here and there. I'm like, I need to go home. I got home so late, I wasn't able to go to the gym Monday in the morning. And then it was a ripple effect onto the rest of the week. So I'm very, very strict on my sleep, and the phone can be very, very distracting. So yeah, that's very important.
Guys, let me give you a notice. When there's any natural disaster, the alerts will override your notification.
Yeah.
Yes, that's something I have to tell you.
Okay,
so
cool.
If you are in a different country and there is prone to
that's fine.
Natural disaster,
cool.
You can put the notification off, but alerts,
it will come through. And I remember even when I was in the States, yeah. And then there was some sort of rain that was coming, and it was like a warning, and then my phone went off and I was like, what's this? Yeah. But yeah, for that's fine. Yeah. But I mean, how many alerts do we get here in the UK?
No, I'm letting people know that sometimes they will be in a certain place. That's
yeah.
Like for instance, when I was in LA, I mean,
I think it's more in the States, you know. They have their alerts a lot.
So I was like, my phone was off, and I was like, what if there's an artwork? And they were like,
told me that. It will let you know. Yeah. It's very much an American thing. Yeah. They have that a lot. I remember in New York, literally, it just came up that there's some sort of rain coming. It wasn't even that bad in the end, but I was like, okay. But remember, I think, was it a year or 2 ago that they tested it in the UK that they will be able to do the emergency and everybody's phone went off. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So it is possible for an emergency situation, SOS, we need to get through to you. It will definitely come through. So yeah.
So our last tip.
Before I leave you off social media, goodbye, farewell. But the last tip I would say is just basically to track your usage. So on Mondays, I believe, the iPhone tells you how much screen time you've been on your phone. So track it. You can maybe do an Excel spreadsheet and be like, okay, for week 1, I was 21% up on my phone. On week 2, I was 19% down on my phone, and track. And then once you track it, think about your moods as well to see whether it has an impact on your mental health. Are you feeling happier? Are you feeling sadder? But honestly, for me, when I'm offline, I'm much happier. I'm much more content. I'm much more grounded. I see the difference. And then I come online all happy, ready to share. And then, not that social media is bad, but I think I have found a balanced medium in all things now. Track your moods, track how much time you're spending on social media, your screen time. And then from then you can see that, okay, maybe every quarter you have you don't have to do anything extreme like 1 month off. You can do maybe a week off or a couple of days off or certain hours of social media, just so that you're not consuming, because subconsciously you are comparing what you see online to your own real life, and it's not good. Comparison is a thief of joy. Our parents, they grew up in generations whereby they were only able to compare with those around them. We are now comparing with people from across the world. It's not fair. And there's something that's been so normalized that's not normal at all. Some lifestyles are so lavish, people buying designer stuff left, right, and center. It's not normal, but you think that you're behind because you can't do those certain things, or it's not in your budget to do so. It's not normal.
It's not normal.
It's not normal. Your life is normal, and you are where you're supposed to be on your path, and all you can be is in competition with who you were yesterday, and that's it, and nobody else. So it's very important to take breaks from social media and become more grounded with yourself.
So guys, in my goodie bag today, check the effects of social media on your health.
The study, published in the Journal of Medical Internet Research, investigated how different types of social media use might affect the mental health of adults over time. After analysing data from over 15,000 UK adults over the age of 16 who participated in the UK longitudinal survey, Understanding Society, the researchers found that frequent posting on social media was associated with increased mental health problems a year later. Additionally, those who both frequently viewed and posted on social media had higher levels of mental health issues compared to those who rarely used social media.
So guys, welcome back from the goodie bag with me. It's always nice to have you in the studio.
I love being in the studio.
Look, she's making money, but she always have time to take
A break. You have to put yourself first. The money will always be there. The opportunities will be there. And if you're someone that wants to stay consistent on social media and build your platform and take breaks as well, make those content from before and have them automated whilst you're offline so that your online platform is still active, but you are taking care of yourself at the same time.
It's nice to be important, but very, very important to be nice. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section, and you can also follow Whitney on social media. If she's off break, she will reply to you.
I will interact with you, I promise.
This show was brought to you by Studio 88 Live.